Who's actually going to get the most out of this Epson EF100 smart streaming laser projector? Who should walk away? And does it justify the price tag for a regular family that just wants a decent screen for movies and occasional work meetings? Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. When you're scrolling through endless projector listings, the biggest hesitation is always the same: will this thing fit in my space, work with the content I love, and not become a money-draining experiment? I felt that same pull, so I dug into the real-world experience of setting up a compact laser projector in a typical living room, and I'm going to walk you through what I found. First off, the EF100 isn't trying to be a cinema-grade behemoth. It's marketed as a smart projector that you can toss on a side table and start streaming without a separate media box. That convenience is its headline, but the actual decision point is how you plan to use it. If you're living in a small apartment, a dorm room, or a home office where a TV feels too bulky, the EF100's 2-foot-wide footprint and sleek white housing can be a real space saver. On the flip side, if you already have a large wall-mounted screen or you're looking to fill a dedicated home theater room, you'll quickly notice the limits. Setting it up is where the promise of no hassle gets tested. The projector uses Epson's microlaser array, which means you don't have to worry about lamp replacements for years. Just plug it in, point it, and it powers up. The throw distance is fairly short. You can get a 100-inch image from about 6 feet away, which works well if you have a modestly sized wall or a blank sheet of white paint. I placed the unit on a bookshelf about 5 feet from the couch, and after a quick keystone adjustment, the picture filled the wall without looking stretched. There's no zoom lens or lens shift, so you need to be mindful of where the projector sits. Move it a few inches and the image can drift off center. For most casual users, that's a small trade-off for the simplicity of a single-piece unit. Picture quality is where the EF100 starts to surprise. The 3-chip 3 LCD engine reproduces 100% of the RGB color gamut, and the laser light source pushes enough lumens to stay bright even with some ambient light. I tried it during the day with the blinds half closed, and the white stayed crisp while the reds and blues popped without the washed-out look you sometimes get from budget LED projectors. In a darkened room, the contrast held up nicely enough for a movie night, though it isn't on the level of a high-end DLP projector with deep blacks. The real win is consistency. The laser doesn't dim over time, so the image you see now is essentially what you'll see for the lifespan of the unit. Audio is a surprise inclusion. Epson fitted a bass reflex speaker that delivers a decent amount of punch for a device that's basically the size of a small speaker. For a casual movie night with a couple of friends, the built-in sound fills the room without needing a separate soundbar. When I streamed a music video, the bass was audible, but if you're a cinephile who expects a surround sound experience, you'll still want external speakers. The good part is you can keep the projector's footprint low and still have a usable audio source for presentations or YouTube tutorials. Now, the smart part: Android TV lives right on the device. The remote is straightforward, with dedicated Netflix and YouTube buttons, and the interface feels like any other Android TV box you've seen. You can install most of the usual streaming apps, and the projector handles 1080p content without hiccups. There's no built-in Chromecast, but the Android TV platform lets you cast from your phone just as easily. Firmware updates have rolled out a few times since launch, mainly polishing the UI and adding a handful of new apps, so the ecosystem feels alive. If you were hoping for a full 4K experience, that's not on the table. This unit caps out at Full HD, which is fine for a 100-inch screen but worth noting if you own 4K content. Who should buy this? If you're a student who wants a portable screen for group study sessions,